Welcome everyone to the first video of this free course in the TTA Trading Automation Discord. We have a 5-part series for all of you in which we will explain everything about no coding to give you a kickstart to your no code trading journey. In this video we will start off with the first part, and that's actually what is the no code automation trader. What this course is. Over the next parts we will build a complete trading strategy from scratch. And we use the platform Profectus.AI for that. We will show more of that platform later on, but for now we will focus on what is the core idea behind all of this. The first part is deliberately not about trading buttons, so we are just explaining the background of everything about no coding. We're not focusing on strategies, coding strategies, etc. Yet we are just focusing on the idea behind it. What is a no-code automation trader? A no-code automation trader researches and develops trading ideas, tests them on historical data, and validates whether that bias holds yes or no. The key element behind this is that you see everything starts with an ID, then we're gonna test. So we look at what is the evidence of this strategy, and for the last part we will allocate capital, but only after we thoroughly tested our strategy. So we think like a system designer, not a gambler. A question that is very important in this era of AI tools is why not just let an AI tool build our strategy? Well, it's very simple. When AI builds our strategy, we basically use a black box. We throw a lot of rules into the AI tool and we tell it, make a strategy out of this. Well, you know what you've put in, kind of, but you don't know exactly what will come out of the EA. So you are basically using a black box. By using Profectus.AI, you stay in full control of all the inputs. You decide what you add, what you delete, what parameter inputs you use. So you decide what the system does, and not in reverse. Profectus removes the actual coding barrier from building strategies. It's a drag and drop system, and we will show it later on, but in the background this system writes all the code for you. Also, coming back on AI tools building trading strategies for you, it will give you a MQL5 code, and that can be thousands of lines of code. If you don't know how to code in the MQL5 language, you don't really know what is in front of you. Profectus.AI solves all of this in a easy to understand platform, and it will make building strategies and understanding them much easier. So we basically play 4 roles in our no-code journey. Every no-code trader wears like 4 hats. You design as a trader, implement as a coder, validate as a manager, and think long-term as an allocator. As you can see, every role here has a different function. A trader defines the strategy, a coder builds that strategy, a manager reviews the performance, risk, and market fit, and an allocator decides how much capital or attention each system deserves. As you can see, these roles interact with each other. So a weakness at the top will result in flaws down the line. So every role has to be very precise in the actions that it takes. Here's some classic pitfalls that happen when you are building a system using no code. A trader that writes a vague strategy or vague ID, like buy when it looks strong, can't be tested because this can't be written as a mechanical rule. What is strong? When does price or price action look strong? The coder doesn't know, so a trader has to define clear mechanical rules for the coder to build. The coder, on the other side, can also mess up things. If he changes a lot of inputs at once, for example, a new stop loss, a new take profit, add all kinds of filters, he doesn't know what actually improves a system. So key principle for a coder is to not change several things at once, but really be aware what caused the actual impact, positive or negative. A manager, so the one that is looking after an algorithm once it's live or looks at backtest performances, can react to noise, just like a manual trader. If you become prone to, let's say, a losing streak as a manager, you may turn off your EA. So it's still a lot of psychology involved, even with automated trading. So as a manager, it's very important to make decisions based on data. Don't react to emotions or noise. The build loop. Well, this is basically the iterative process that we use to build our strategies. As I said, the coder has to translate a trading ID into measurable logic. We construct our actual strategy block by block. We can backtest our strategy with all the rules that are connected to each other and watch visual how that looks like. Just like a manual trader does. For a manual trader, it's really easy to see a trading pattern, for example, an engulfing candlestick. You can witness with your own eyes on the chart that a candle is fully engulfed. Well, how do we translate that into a strategy? We have to write very specific rules that open or close has to be above a certain value of the previous candle, for example. That can all be done in the Profectus.AI tool, and along the process, it's very likely that you have small bugs in your code. The way to solve this is just by debugging every element one at a time until you see in visual mode that your strategy works correctly. These 5 steps basically consist or make up the full build loop. So from the next part on, we stop talking about the process and start actually running it. We take a single ID and we take it through the full loop. So you will actually see what I just talked about. Translate a strategy into rules. We build it in Profectus.AI. We backtest it, refine it until it's ready for forward testing. Good part about this is that we will do this together and you will end up with this strategy for free. That was it for the first part. We hope to see you in the next one.